at least 21 people, including 18 armed gunmen and 3 civilians, have been killed in 2 incidents in Pakistan's restive Balochistan province. The Pakistan Army says a vehicle packed with explosives detonated prematurely in Surab while attackers were preparing it, killing 8 on their way of their own. 3 nearby civilians were also killed in the blast. Security forces and Balochistan police have also launched now a joint operation and killed 10 more alleged armed men in an exchange of fire. 2 Pakistani soldiers also injured. The army says sanitization operations are still underway as Pakistan continues its counter-terror campaign in Balochistan. Let's first get some details on this from Ashik joining us. Ashik.
Kriti, Pakistan's restive Balochistan province has witnessed 2 linked incidents in which 21 people were killed and including 18 suspected militants and 3 civilians were also killed. According to Pakistan's military, the first incident took place in Surab district when an explosive-laden vehicle allegedly detonated paramilitary and while militants were preparing it, and the blast and the secondary explosion involving explosives stored at the site killed 8 militants and 3 civilians living nearby. And following the explosion, security forces and the Balochistan police launched a joint clearance operations to track down the fleeing militants, and during the operation, troops reportedly engaged a group of terrorists and killed another 10. And also the Pakistani military says that a total of 18 terrorists were killed and 2 incidents while 2 soldiers were also injured during the exchange of fire. The development comes amid the continued violence and militant activity in Balochistan, while security forces have been conducting operations against the armed Balochistan groups, and Pakistan authorities say that the latest operation was aimed to eliminate the attackers as well as those facilitating militant activities in the region. Back to you.
Thank you, Ashik. Let's also get in a word now from General Sudhakar on this. General Sudhakar, we know how Pakistan, of course, continues to blame India, saying India is aiding elements in Afghanistan to sponsor terror in India. But this is very much its own problem, a problem that it has bred and it's coming back to bite it. A snake that has been raised, so to say, and Balochistan meanwhile has declared independence. They're saying we are an independent country. Our Independence Day is on the 11th of August. They observed it. There were posts on social media going viral. And now this video coming where this car has exploded and Pakistan calls it a sanitation drive. What do you make of it?
Yeah, Kriti, there are a couple of points which you have made in your question or the preamble. First and foremost thing is the status of Balochistan. These our viewers will do well to understand as to why the Balochis are actually fighting against Pakistan administration. Second point you have raised is about this particular operation. The Baloch militants, the Pakistanis, they call it Baloch militants. But the Baloch themselves, they call themselves as freedom fighters. And the third thing is the sanitization operation which Pakistan is undertaking. So firstly, quick reflections if you have time. And now why are the Balochis revolting against Pakistan? Balochis are revolting against Pakistan because at the time of annexation or the instrument of accession, which was signed sometime on, I think, 24th of March to 1948, at gunpoint, in presence of Jinnah, at Karachi, between the King of Kalat, because that is the only princely state in that theater which was holding out. Other neighboring princely states, they had already joined Pakistan. So therefore, after a military incursion by Pakistani forces, he was picked up and brought, and at gunpoint he was made to sign the instrument of accession. Mindful of the fact that approximately one year back, Now, on 11th of August 1947, the same king of Kalat had announced independence and also declared that Kalat is an independent country. It had a flag, it had constitution, it had a bicameral parliament, and despite it had a language, it had currency, everything. And also, standstill agreement had been signed that nothing would be doing. He won't attack Pakistan, and Pakistan also won't attack Kalat province. So, despite that having been signed on 11th of August 1947, this instrument of accession at gunpoint was signed by the King of Kalat in presence of Jinnah, and thereafter commenced the insurgency. Insurgency has gone through multiple phases. The one of the phases is the intense phase which is being witnessed. People say 2019 onwards. Yes, I do agree. But from 2023 onwards, it has been highly intensified. And in between, in 2012, America Congress had actually identified BLA as a lot of freedom fighters. And the same America had termed them as called as terrorists way back in 2019 when America was trying to pull back from the Afghanistan and the West Asia region after their fight against unsuccessful fight against the Taliban. So to appease Pakistan. So they did that. But now an interesting phenomena has taken place in the United Nations Security Council when the bill or the law was passed for resolution that BLA be declared as a terrorist organization. America and couple of other European countries, to include UK, France, and there are two, three more countries, they have restrained from, or they have actually not exercised their mandate and veto. They have stayed away from actually giving their vote. So therefore, it goes to say that the status of the Baloch liberators as freedom fighters is gradually getting identified world over. So this is one part because there are large number of security personnel of Pakistan who have got killed in 2023-24 and 24-25 even more than the preceding year, and 25-26 it has become much more intense. They are demanding for independence of their country, and they have declared themselves to be independent, but independence of a country doesn't happen like this. There is a thing called as Montevideo. This is called the agreement and convention. Now, it was signed way back in 1933 between a couple of countries. And as per that, any country to be recognized as an independent country must have four mandatory things. One is, firstly, the boundary. It must have a boundary. It must have a permanent population. It must have some kind of a administrative authority or architecture to administer the people. And last point is it must have the capacity and the capability to engage with the global the countries in the world diplomatically.
Yeah.
So while it may have got some of the ingredients, some the rest of it are actually absent. They have to work for it for proper independence.
Right.
Second point is what you have asked about this intense activities. Sanitization. Pakistan is not getting its people back from leave. They are not willingly coming back. People have refused to go to the front line because there are too many death cases. Taliban is attacking from Pakistan. Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, the Tehrik Taliban Pakistan is demanding its 3-point demands against Pakistan.
Right, General Sudhakar, I'm told to interrupt you. I apologize. We have to move on and take some other breaking news now coming in. All right, moving ahead now, viewers. A world